Hello out there. Um, as you can see, I've got my windows slightly cracked. It is 70 degrees, honey, and it's the first day of March. Um, I did a live stream last night, and I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I needed to get some of that ideas down, cause what I'm doing with helping my brother, and this is kind of a little bit of an update on that. I'm kind of just throwing spaghetti on the wall right now because I mean, I'm not saying I'm desperate to help him, but I'm also, um, I'm wanting, I guess I'm so eager for him to be better, that, yeah, I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall at some things. So I'm trying different supplements. I'm also trying, to give like negotiations. That's the best way I can describe what I'm trying to do. Like, even though, yes, I've mentioned how important it is for him to eat healthy and things like that, I'm also trying to, give a little grace, as in he get to have some junk food things. But if as long as you're gonna eat healthy food too, then we're making some gains, right? And maybe that's why I titled this "Preparing to Heal," because yeah, there's some people, and I as I go back and look back on myself, you got to be ready to do what you need to do to heal yourself. And even though sometimes you might want to get better or might want to heal, you might not really know what it takes to do that. And you might not be ready to do what it takes to do that. Okay? So that's kind of where I am right now. But that reminds me. So I do have a free life audit download that you can acquire from this channel. So make sure you check that out. A life audit is basically you're doing an inventory. You're kind of checking in with yourself, like what are things? How are things, right? And it has a itemized list of about 37 different items that if you're just not thinking like, where do I start? I advise that you start with a life audit just to check in with yourself. Like, yeah, you might be suffering with like, oh, I don't make enough money, but how are your relationships? Like, is that something that's playing a part in not being good with your money? Because let me make that connection real quick. So if you're too busy trying to look a certain way, act a certain way, feel like, oh, I'm successful because you're buying too many clothes, right? Or designer labels, then yeah, of course your finances are going to suffer. So fixing maybe some self-esteem issues, maybe some relationship issues, things like that will help you save your money. You're welcome. So yeah, so a life audit, I believe, would be a first way to prepare to heal for most people, because I think sometimes people think it's one issue when really it could be several issues. Being prepared. One really great analogy that I think most people would pick up on is the idea of, if you're starting a garden and you want your plants to be successful, you've got to tend the soil. You've got to get the ground ready. You've got to make sure, do I have good quality soil for this? Because you can't produce a good crop or plant or whatever it is that you're doing if your soil is bad, if your soil has too much, of one mineral, if your soil is basically red Georgia clay, right? So you're not going to do so great. So preparing yourself for healing is kind of like that. So I know everybody, will tell you like, oh, try this diet or try this method or try blah, 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 blah. Sometimes, yeah, you're going to have to hit rock bottom and be ready to know like, okay, this is it. Or maybe, like I said, a life audit. Sorry, I'm just being a little, I'm just racing over these speed bumps. That's funny. Um, Sometimes a life audit helps you put things in perspective so that you can kind of organize where you're wanting to make your changes. Okay? So, where you want to organize in making your changes. All right. So, I see some folks have joined. So, yeah. So, I haven't checked in on my brother this morning yet, except for texting him. And, this week has been a very interesting week. But as of last night, though, he seemed really pleasant last night. He fell asleep early and then woke up while I was helping him with some stuff. And I'm about to go to the grocery right now to do some shopping for him. And later we're going to go to the movies. So I'm trying to build some kind of sense of safety for him. So that's, again, me preparing the soil, right? Because he's still saying that he does not want to go to therapy, which is valid, right? The things he had been through were highly traumatic around it, and he doesn't know what that looks like, healing in a healthy way, not in an emergency way. So I'm trying to build a sense of comfort and security for him, knowing that there's a regular routine that is fun and safe and life-giving, rather than being in a state of worry or panic or distress, so that he can do more healing. Now, do you see where I'm going with this? So you kind of have to lay the groundwork. So that's kind of what I kind of finally figured out here. Even though, like I said, I was super eager for him to do a lot of things, maybe too soon, too fast, right? So today, it's like I said, it's a nice, pleasant day. Hopefully he's in good spirits. Like I said, I've been throwing spaghetti at the wall with certain things. I think it is starting to work, a lot of them. Like, nutrition is important, y'all. Like, seriously. I think people know this, but then they don't realize how deep it is. And I'm talking about when I'm on YouTube and I see beauty influencers or whatever, beauty channels and makeup channels and workout channels, and people really, yes, you're doing the things to improve yourself, but what about going in even deeper, like the nutrition? You can't outwork out a bad diet. Like, you really can't. Like, if you're eating Cheetos every day and then you're going to go work out in the gym, you really think that's going to help? You really think that's doing something? It's kind of not, okay? And you can't eat Cheetos all day and then expect it to have your skin be healthy. So that's why you're slapping on a bunch of makeup on your face. Again, do you see how all that works? Same thing with your mood. If you're eating junk food all the time and you're always constipated because you don't go to the bathroom, see TMI, and you're in a bad mood because you're stopped up. That's basically what I'm getting at. It's like, you got to prepare for healing, true healing, instead of saying, oh, what product do I need to get to fix my life? Because advertisers for at least, I want to say, almost the past 100 years or so in the United States, they have learned mind manipulation. They've learned how to sell people on things, okay? They'll tell you that you are a broken individual and that you need to buy this product to be better, right? You kind of don't. They'll say, oh, you need to be a part of the cool crowd and do these things. It's like, no, what if you don't? What if you don't? You got to challenge these narratives that people keep throwing at you and recognize them for what they are, is narratives. You can write your own narrative, okay? So think about what it takes for healing to happen. And like I said, I have a free life audit, excuse me. So I gotta beep somebody. South Carolina, come on now. You in Georgia now, man. So so I have a free life audit that you can download and use as a checklist just to see, like, hey, where am I? Like, yeah, I want to lose 50 pounds, but am I wanting to lose 50 pounds and my money situation is looking crazy? Well, that's because I'm eating Cheetos and pizza every night, and that costs like $20-30 every night. You can, you can start seeing like what's really going on with yourself. So, life audit. Especially, I think it would be helpful for those who have never thought about personal development, folks who will ask me like, well, I don't know where to start, or folks who think sometimes they're like, well, I just have this problem, when really it might just be a combination of a lot of different things. And once you start pinpointing what's going on, a lot of those problems might start all clearing up too. Okay? So it's kind of like a way for you to really see what's going on with yourself. So as I park here now, oh, I missed a good parking spot. I don't care, I can walk. Let's save that for somebody who has a problem walking. See, I'm good. See, life is good. All right. All right, friends, and with that I say, take care. Pick up that life audit, like and subscribe, all the things. Check me out. I'm all about personal development, mental health and wellness, emotional health and wellness, spirituality, all that good stuff. All right. Take care. Bye.